Okay, I just sat here and lost another video, and the thing is like that video had some stuff in it that would have been good to have on my, I don't know. Every time it's like it's good, it's gone. Like literally, like I've lost like what? Let's see, I've been doing this since October, and I've lost probably about 10 videos because I'm doing them over the time limit and shit like that and everything, and I really did not need that. That's really fucking depressing. The devil fucking hates me. YouTube putting a fucking time limit is like devil. Like, it's evil. Like, don't do that to me. Like, I literally, like, I was on the last few seconds of my video and I was like, okay, I gotta go, and then it just dink, it's, what was it? It was 66 minutes and 57 seconds. And I was like trying to hurry and hit the button before, and I lost it. And I was talking about just a bunch of shit, like, and you could hear, anyways, I ain't even gonna, whatever, damn it, son of a bitch. Like, whatever. I was talking about, I watched this video where somebody was talking about depression yesterday, and they shot it back in March, and I was like, oh my god, that's about me. Like, it made me feel like it was about me and everything, and it wasn't, because it was shot back in March, so it's not about me. And like I've stated before, I can logically look at things and break them down and be like, calm down, stop being paranoid. Your dad teaching you to be paranoid and being like, nobody ever gives a shit about you and they're always going to shit talk you. And anytime you think something is being said about you, it is, because people love to shit talk, and stuff like that. And then that's like even this person that I talked to on Amino that was like, and I made a video about it, and I might end up taking it down. I don't know what to do, in all honesty. I don't know what to do about anything. I'm completely and totally fucking lost. My life is just shit. But the thing is I'm not alone in that. And I know I'm not. Everybody's life is shit. Really, it is. Jesus Christ. I hate that I lost that video. Fuck. But, anyway, so, this kid was talking to me a few days ago or whatever, and they were saying things, and I was like, this cannot be this coincidental. It has to be somebody trying to pick at my subconscious mind. And then, if you look at it on a grander scale, though, in all honesty, it is somebody picking at your subconscious mind. You want to know who it is? It's the devil. It's like evil in the world. And it's like, so, even if really we are all linked together, where our lives, are like that piled on top of each other for as far as coincidences and experiences and stuff, that, like, that it can just be that fucking coincidental and stuff. It's maddening to anybody to be that coincidental. And even though we should kind of take comfort in that, and that's what we're trying to do, it's like, oh, take comfort in the fact that you're not alone, you're not the only one, other people feel this way, and all that. We're just at a point in time with society and everything that everything is kind of being overran by evil. It really is. And I was talking about Stephen and his suicide, and how his suicide made me feel, and how suicide is not really suicide. It is not somebody killing themselves. It is somebody getting rid of the last trash bag. They're taking out the trash, is what they feel like. Suicide is actually that you were murdered by everybody you ever came into contact with. That's what suicide is. At least that's the way that I see it. Because every time somebody says a negative word to you, something mean, something hateful, something degrading, every time you ask for opportunity and that opportunity is denied, they are killing you internally. So suicide, all you're doing is getting rid of the external. You're done dead on the inside by the time you commit suicide. That's the reason, like, you see this disconnect. You see this dissociation or whatever. It's because you're that far gone. And I was like, in my video that I lost or whatever, I was like, so basically whenever you go to the funeral of somebody that's committed suicide, you are standing amongst murderers. You are in a room of murderers, people that murdered this person. And even if it's an accidental drug overdose, you're still in a room of murderers. Man, society is shit. But anyways, so I found this video of this guy talking on depression, and he shot the video back in March. So it's been almost a year ago, and it made me feel good. For as far as, okay, maybe you were completely wrong about that person from the other day. Maybe it was just a hell of a lot of coincidences. And maybe that's just the way life is. There's always going to be a hell of a lot of coincidences all the time, and you just need to let it go and not worry about it. Stop overthinking about it, Heather. And then I mentioned how, like, trees, like, if you've ever heard about trees are actually all connected at their roots. Like, they all stem from a source, if you will. And that's the way that we are. We all stem from a source, you know. And that source is, you can else label it as source, God, whatever you want to, but still. But anyways, but in my video that I lost, I was also talking a lot about housing, if you will, where I live, all the dreams that I had that got crushed. Like, all the stuff I wanted to do here, because I was trying to make the best of it, and I was like, yeah, we moved in here, we didn't really like it, but we can make it home. We just got to tweak it, you know, we got to alter things. And every time I tried to talk to the landlord about altering anything, it was like, nope, 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 nope. And then I got to talking about the squirrel that lives above us, that I mentioned to the landlord. She never did anything about it. Practically told me she wasn't going to. And about how that's not good for you. I actually sat and cried one night after reading how having a pest, if you will, like that, what it can do to your health-wise and stuff. And then that's the thing, too, is like the landlord told me that the people that lived here before me, they're the ones that actually put on the roof, put the roof on the porch. That's what she told me. I don't know. They did something else, I think, or whatever. But anyways, whenever they moved out, the reason they moved out is because they couldn't afford living here because the woman got cancer of the brain. And then whenever they moved out or whatever and stuff or whatever, like, she got over the cancer, but a few weeks after she got over the cancer, she was like walking in her house and she tripped and fell and hit her head and it killed her. And that right there, that's just like, you know, you're gonna die when you're supposed to die type situation, you know. But I mean, can you imagine, you know, fighting, battling, living with cancer, and then your cancer's in remission, it's gone or whatever, and like 2 weeks later or 2 months or whatever, or just some time later, just walking in your house and you trip and you fall. Hit your head on the coffee table. That's all she wrote. Then anyways, I actually sat down and cried because I was worried about my kids' health because of us living here with a squirrel living above us, and about what that can do to your health, and it can even affect your mental health. And sometimes I think that's the reason my depression's got a little bit worse, kind of, than it has been to a degree. I mean, yes, being suicidal is, a lot worse than not being suicidal. But, I don't know. Suicidal is because of multiple things and all that. Or depressed is just you're really sad. Suicidal is you've given the fuck up. Somebody has pushed you so far, you've given the fuck up. And like I said, I'll view suicide like, you're just taking out the trash. You're getting rid of yourself. Everybody's told you you're a piece of shit every time you needed an internal encouragement, or you needed something to go right, and it didn't go right. And so you just reach a point where you're like, okay, nothing is right about me. That's what you feel like on the inside. And so you just view it as taking the trash out. You don't view it as you killing yourself. You don't view it as something that negative and stuff. But, I don't know. But anyways, because I was talking about housing and stuff, I was talking about how when I was younger, I used to talk to one of my friends, which we are not friends anymore, because I do not believe in friends anymore. And that's one reason. Another reason is she has let her greed bug overtake her as a human being. So, cheers. But anyways, I used to be like, why can the president, because this is me younger, like 15 fucking years ago, I'm like, why can it not be, put out that it's just like, hey, we're going to get rid of every type of housing over the next decade or two, except for 3-bedroom houses. We're going to fund that as the government, and everything. And that way, it don't matter if you're a doctor, lawyer, son, this, that, whatever, or whoever, you're Bobby Joe, Susie Q, or whatever, everybody's going to have a 3-bedroom house. Because 3-bedroom is going to meet your basic needs. 3-bedroom is the couple's room, the parents, the heads of the house, and then the boys' room and the girls' room. And I was like, why can we not, be like that? And eventually it would all be like a big, huge-ass subdivision. And then why could we not, like, for as far as fairness, also be like, oh, a job's a job. And everybody get paid the same rate everywhere in the U.S. Same rate, same hours, whatever, I mean, you don't have to work a 40-hour work week if you don't want to. But then some people might be like, well, that's not fair if they do have a 3-bedroom house and then that's where you can, that's where the differences could come, in the menial things, in the small things. In the small of, okay, here's Bobby Joe, and he only works 28 hours a week. And he's living in his 3-bedroom house with his 2 kids, and their dog. And that's what he works. And they got 1 car, And everybody at least needs 1 car, but they got 1 car. And their house looks exactly the way it was when it was first originally built. It was white paint, let's say, on the outside, and white paint on the inside, and a green roof or something, and I don't know, and a red door, and that's what it looks like, let's just say. But here's, Dr. Felix, fuck, I don't know. And he works, 60 hours a week. And so he has his 3-bedroom house, and they have 3 vehicles, one for him, one for his wife, and one for their kids, their teenage kids to drive. And they didn't like the way that their house looked. So they went out and they bought paint and they painted it, blue with a yellow door or what the fuck ever, and and they got a new roof put on it because they like tin roofs, and the roofs, were not tin or whatever. Shit. I can't even think. Shingles, and they don't like shingles, so they got a tin roof put on their house. But still, their house structure is the same structure, And it's like, where does the lines get drawn, and everything? And it's like, everybody, is consumed by a greed bug and stuff like that. And it's like, it has crossed over into things that it honestly shouldn't have a long ass time ago. And where does greed lead you, And greed leads you down the wrong path, I don't know. I'm just like, my mind's in 50 million places, and then losing that video just really kind of bummed me out. But, oh, and that's another thing I'll get into in a minute, talking about not taking a shower yet. But, I used to talk to my friend about stuff like that. I was like, why can't we all be fair? The big things in life. Everybody deserves a place to call home. Everybody deserves a vehicle to drive. By the time you are, I would say 25, you deserve those things. And let's say that we do still have apartments, but the apartments are for people in college and people under the age of 25. But by the time you hit 25, you get a 3-bedroom house and a car, whether you have one or not. And then eventually that becomes the standard of society, the norm of society. But it becomes the standard of society and the norm of society because now it doesn't have to get done for free. Now it just naturally occurs. Because, okay, you're given a 3-bedroom house, right? Because they're starting anew. You have to start somewhere. So you're given a 3-bedroom house and a car. And you got your job, and you choose, how many hours you work, but you got the same pay rate as anybody else. As the attorney, as the doctor, as the dentist, you work a hard labor job, you work in a fast food restaurant where you just kind of want to... It's really hard sometimes. Every job takes endurance. Every job takes... not just endurance, hell, what am I looking for? Effort. And when did we get to a point where effort got cut down and shit like that? And that's even like, I was hired in to be a grill person because I worked grill at my previous job. But it was stressing me out so bad. And my new boss seen this. And so he's like, you want to do front counter? And I'm like, yeah, I'd probably be more comfortable there. So that's where I'm at. And I'm still kind of stressed there. But not as stressed. Some people might say, oh, that's the easy job. That's the easiest job. Easy, easy, easy. It's not. No job is easy. That's the reason it's called a job. And that's the reason there's so many different jobs out there, is because there's so many different types of people. But to demean somebody and say that their job is better or worse just because it's different is the same thing as fucking segregation and racism and all kinds of shit. And this is where the lines of everything, for as far as the ultimate structure of society, kind of blur. Okay, you're not supposed to be racist. And then, okay, let's talk about the KKK motherfuckers out there. Right? Let's talk about those sons of bitches. You're racist. You believe black people are the big problem. They're the big no-no. They're the devil. You know, mama said that's the devil. You know, be like fucking off a Waterboy. You know, no, that's the devil. You know, they got the devil in them. You know, you motherfuckers out there, they're in the KKK and all that kind of shit. You also probably believe that men, you know, or I don't know, because I ain't studied up on y'all enough and I really don't care to. But y'all probably also believe that men and women are separate, you know? And those lines should never be blurred. So therefore, if I find out you're in the damn KKK, and I'm not trying to be offensive, but y'all have been so fucking offensive and done some horrible shit to some people. So I'm not for that. If I could sit down and talk with you, no pressure, just me and you, nobody else in the world, me and one of your members. If I could sit down and talk with you, this is what I'd say. Do you work? Yeah, I work a 40-hour week, okay. Are you married? Let's say you are. Yeah. Does your wife work? Yeah, she does. Oh, you just fucked up right there, buddy. You just fucked up right there. Because if we're going to draw lines, honey, I'll draw them. So you want to draw lines and be like, black people, bad. White people, good. You know, okay. Men, work. Women, stay at home and take care of the kids. Women, respect. Men, respect. And they are the provider. Women respect because they are emotional creatures. So when they come at you emotionally, because let's say you have a teenage daughter, and your teenage daughter's been crying all day, and you're like, shut her up. Jesus Christ, I'm tired of hearing her bitch or whine or moan or what the fuck ever. You might say, because you're a guy, and you're all hardcore, you know, and you don't care about shit like that or what the fuck ever, and your wife looks at you and tells you to shut up because she's going through some stuff. Lines being drawn. You better obey. Shut up. See, that's the reason I can't even get along in the world. I really can't. I don't know. A fairness bug got implanted in my ass when I was created or something. I don't know. And then, okay, another thing too, KKK. You want to draw a line at the color of skin. So, buddy boy, if you's born with blonde hair and blue eyes, your wife and your children better have blonde hair and blue eyes. They better. And if not, and you're all about God and waiting on the right woman, let's say that you're a good guy for as far as, you know, I've only been married once and I stayed with my wife, you know, and I've been with her, but oh God, she's got brown hair. Or oh God, she's got brown eyes. Here we go with Hitler again. You know, like, calm the fuck down. And then, okay, say that you throw off on that and you're like, no, that's bullshit and you're full of it and it shouldn't be that way. Okay, well then how about, for as far as people that work a certain job? And being racist and being like, black people can't work here and white people can work here and you know, and all that. So, over here at this one restaurant, let's say, we can only have brown-headed employees. And over here at this other restaurant, we have the blonde-headed employees. And over here at this other restaurant, we have the red-headed employees. And over here at this other restaurant, we have the black-headed employees. Because that is their standard of their restaurant. Segregation, baby. Live it up. And then better yet, too, okay, I work front counter at my place of business right now. And so do people of the opposite sex. I'm being put into a category of a regular human being in this melting pot of the world that I can do the same job that a man can do. And a man can do the same job that I can do. We can work the same position, and if you need the proof, walk into any store anywhere on the face of the planet. So, should front counter only be a position for men or women? But then technically it should only be a position for men because men are the only ones that should work. And women are supposed to be at home taking care of the kiddos. That's the reason people kind of get so fucking mad at y'all. Other than the obvious, okay? Because if I come and kill somebody in your family, you're not going to be too fucking happy about it, are you? So if you came and killed somebody in my family, motherfucker, I ain't happy about it. I ain't happy about it at all. So people that are in the KKK and shit like that are against blacks and everything, put yourself in their shoes. You're all about God, you know. Some of y'all are. Some of y'all are all about God, and some of y'all believe that black people are the descendants of Cain. And the mark that was put upon Cain is that he was turned black. Okay. So they're marked as a sinful being, let's say, because they're black. Well, then you have to logically look at it and go, so a physical trait, color your skin, is a marker of something opposite than any other color of skin. My skin is kind of brown. It's not white. It's not pale white. It's not white with freckles, even though I got freckles. But it's kind of a brown. So, should I go live with all the people that have the same color of skin as me? Because that means that I don't belong with people that got pale skin. And I don't belong with people that got darker skin. Logically, like, look at it from a logical viewpoint. That's the reason some people get so fucking mad about shit and so passionate about shit like that. Is because there is no fairness. It's like, should I be hanged because my couch is a mauve pink and that shouldn't exist in the world? Should I be hanged because my hair is brown? Or should I just be shunned because of it? force is always at a search for balance. And that's the reason that there's God and there's the devil. Because an imbalance was created. And so, it's like all the movies that you fucking watched and everything, good versus evil and all that, and power sources and struggles, and even narcissists and scapegoats and this and that and everything. That's another thing too, is I was sitting here today and I was like, I don't know if I'll ever want to, kind of be in a relationship again, because everybody has narcissistic tendencies and everybody has scapegoated tendencies. But when you're in a relationship, there's going to be times that somebody is clearly going to be the narcissistic one and the other person is clearly going to be the scapegoated one. And so it's a balance. It's a dance. And so even though you can push this to the breaking point, so even though the KKK, if that's, because that's the topic that I got on, and I don't even know why. Maybe there's somebody out there that needs to hear this. I don't know. But the KKK, don't like blacks and all this, and they're against blacks and da-da-da. They're going to push them to the very end, So say right in the middle, everybody's at their 100%, like if things were even. Here's 100%, there's 100%. KKK going to push the blacks to their, to the KKK is at 199. Blacks only got that 1% left. And then the blacks is going to push back to where the KKK is at that 1% and the blacks are at that 199. And each time, it's just going to keep on. So if y'all want to keep on struggling that much to do that dance, to where it's like, and then, and it's just back and forth and back and forth. Because balance is going to occur. And anybody with half of a brain cell can figure that out. Because if you believe in God, or just life, if you just look at anything in life, that balance occurs naturally. It is unstoppable. The only person that can stop it is God himself, whenever he decides to. So if y'all want to keep on doing that and exhausting, yourselves, so be it. But I would rather y'all and everybody and all of us be at our 100% and just maintain that and stay there. Because this takes a lot more effort, a lot more drama, a lot more shit talk, a lot more of everything. Everybody's exhausted, and it's just a circle of exhaustion, and, thinking that you're going to win at what you're trying to win at, and you never are. So why can't you just find a common ground, a balance? And that goes for anybody. It's not just KKK and black people, or white supremacists and whatever. I mean, or even, what are they called? Social justice warriors. And the person that commented on that stuff a while back, and was like, I don't think you understand what a SJ is. I was not talking about a social justice warrior. I was talking about the 4 different personality types from the Myers-Briggs test, which maybe that does dig into that. Maybe that's where you are coming from, but that's not where I'm coming from when I'm speaking on it. And so that was a misunderstanding on both of our parts, possibly, or maybe just on your part. I don't know. And I don't even care to know, in all honesty, because that's not where I was coming from, my intent, But we need to get to a point in life where intentions really actually do finally, for the first time in a long time, they matter. Because when you care about what people's intentions are, that is when compassion grows. What is your intent? Why are you doing this? Why are you allowing this to happen? Why this? Why? And you can't figure that out until you get to the root of the problem. let's say with my family that I'm the root of the problem to them. But they're also the root of the problem to me. So me and them need to talk. The thing is I've talked to them. A lot. More than anybody in my age range should have to talk to their family, especially their parents, their mom and their dad. Now my dad, I've only talked to him like a few times. My mom I've talked to more than I care to. Not since my kid's been taken, but just in my lifetime. My dad, every time I try to talk to him, he's one of those that's, it's like a ripping off a Band-Aid to expose a wound. So every time I try to talk to him, I'm ripping off a Band-Aid to expose a wound, and he's just yelling at me, and so I stop, You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You can lead a person to knowledge, but you can't make them think, And then, even though you can lead a horse to water and you can't make him drink, even though he drinks, he might not drink enough for the journey ahead. Lead a person to knowledge, they can think, but they may not think enough for the journey ahead. And so they have to keep retracting, just like the horse has to keep going back. Like say the horse drinks enough water to make it 5 miles without getting thirsty, but there's no other water source around, for another 10 miles. So it drinks from the water, it travels out 5 miles, it's thirsty. What does it have to do? It has to turn around and go back. And until it learns the lesson, it keeps going back. And what does society, at its finest, keep doing? Society at its finest, what does it keep doing? Keeps going back. Keeps circling around. Around and around and around. Like, it just keeps on. Oh, that's one thing. I was looking at comments last night on my YouTube, and I couldn't find the one where the person wrote that this life is shit. And then I've kind of made my 2 videos after that about that, and everything. But, and get into my clothes real quick, because I'm almost at 40 minutes. I hadn't took a shower today. Hadn't changed my clothes or whatever, or anything, and I about took a shower today. But I started to, take my clothes off, and I was like, it's cold. And I pulled my clothes back up, and I was like, I'm comfy. And it's like that. That's the one thing that you can't take from me today is my comfiness of my clothes. They're warm. They're comfy. And even though I have other clothes that I can put on that are comfy, it's like ripping a Band-Aid, if you will, And this is my comfort right now, and that's like even sleeping in bed. It's my comfort right now. Nobody's comforting me in any other way. I can't find any other comfort other than food and sleeping. And so that's where I'm at with my life right now. And I got to talking about that in my other video and stuff. Because just the level of comfort, that it's given me to be me, to be gentle with myself, I guess is the best way to word it. Because people are constantly pushing at me emotionally all the time. Even though they're not here, even though I don't hear voices in the back of my head. But every piece of advice, every, hateful glance or look, every little childish poke, or whatever at my, thought process and stuff, it stays with me. People put a mark on you. Just like God put a mark on Cain. Anything that anybody does to you leaves a mark on you. That's even like me with EJ when I laughed and giggled kind of because I was like, oh shit, and I was like, I didn't mean to. But then again, I kind of did because I really wanted to build a life with her. I really wanted to date her. I really, really liked her. But now I'm so hurt. I'm just like, who? you know. And that's the way you get kind of with everything. And then when you get that way with everything, it's like, why am I alive? But, oh, and I also mentioned about a vehicle, a white SUV that, dang on, was pulled up over at the store across the way, and they faced this way, and how cars do that. I've mentioned before in my other videos, and used to when maybe my daughter was first living here and stuff, like the first year or two before I painted the windows and everything, other than because of people walking, the dogs barking and stuff. Another reason that I did that is because there would be trucks that would go over there and park, and they'd have their headlights on pointed this way, and it was really fucking annoying and shit. And it was kind of creepy there sometimes. So, yeah. But, today, somebody in a white SUV, and white SUVs have been frequenting the road, is the best way to word it. And so they're parked over there with their, facing this way, and I'm just like, damn, and more coincidental shit, if you will. What was it? Somebody from one of the aminos told me to stop overthinking, and I was like, I was like, I wish I could, because I really do, and I have to practice to not overthink. Isn't that insane? You are taught as a child to practically overthink everything. And that is how you're supposedly going to survive, is that you overthink everything. But in all honesty, that is very detrimental to your character, your spirit, your emotions, your soul, and everything to overthink. You are literally being taught from the day that you go to school to overthink. That way you go against your intuition. And that way you're trained by society to listen to society over your own intuition. This life. But, I don't know. Hold on to me, 'cause I'm a little unsteady. A little unsteady. Hold on to me, 'cause I'm a little unsteady. A little unsteady. Mama, come here, approach, appear. Daddy, I'm tired. Or what is it? No. Daddy, I'm alone, 'cause this house don't feel like home. If you love me, then don't let go. Hold on. If you love me, then don't let go. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on to me, 'cause I'm a little unsteady. A little unsteady. Hold on to me, 'cause I'm a little unsteady. A little unsteady. Mama, I know you're tired of being alone. Dad, I know you're trying to fight when you feel like flying. If you love me, then don't let go. Hold on. If you love me, then don't let go. Hold on. Hold on. hold on to me, 'cause I'm a little unsteady. A little unsteady. Hold on to me, 'cause I'm a little unsteady. A little unsteady. Hold on. Hold on to me. I don't know. I've had that song stuck in my head for like the past few weeks. And it's like that was the song that I kept singing because, like, there for a while after all this shit going on with my kid and, like, at work and stuff. Because even though it's, like, backwards from my situation, because it's like, yeah, I would love for my parents to, like, show love and caring and support towards me and all that and everything, but they're not. And it's like an addiction type song more than anything. It's like somebody that's really struggling, and it's like, you know, you want your parents to, and it's kind of more like my kid, you know, she's struggling with the addiction of wanting to fit into society, and she can fit more into society over at my parents' house than she can here with me. And so it's an addiction on her part, and so it's like, you know, me holding on to her, you know, if you will. Because my parents, like, that shit's just so fucked up. It's just ridiculous. Because they have lived for society since before I was born, you know. And that's the reason that they kind of hated me and abused me as much as they did and everything, is because I was supposed to be born for their societal profit, you know. Which was, I was supposed to be a son, you know, said the ultrasound of the nurse that took the picture in a hurry because she wanted to hurry and go where and do whatever. Sometimes I think that just, you know, like if that one thing would have changed, you know, like the ripple effect, you know, if instead she would have actually cared what the hell she was doing, you know, and done the ultrasound correctly, you know. But then again, I don't know, I have this weird thought anyways in the back of my head about kind of dealing with that and everything, because I think I even said it in a video before, that it's like I feel like I remember being reincarnated is the best thing to say, the best way to word it. And I was just like, you know, like I chose to be a boy, and I was headed down through the process of it, if you will, like a tunnel almost. And it's like as soon as I leapt off, if you will, into the tunnel, you know, it's like, wait, no, I don't want to be a boy, you know. It's like, I want to be a girl. I take it back. I want to be a girl, you know. Like, I'm tired of being a boy. And then, but, I mean, it could just be my mind creating things, you know, and that's what atheists firmly believe in for as far as dealing with any type of religious anything. They're like, oh, it's just your mind playing games and playing tricks, and your mind creating stories that never existed and all that. That is doubt. And doubt is something that is taught throughout life. And even Jennifer with her daughter or whatever, she says she allows her daughter to believe in whatever she wants. And her daughter believes in God, you know, and she's never spoke to her kid, like, directly about, you know, you can't believe in God because God's not real, you know. But she does pull her kid aside and say things, you know, just like, what is it? We were watching something, I think, one night, or was watching the end of it, and I don't know, I think they were watching. I think it's the day she come over and they watched All Dogs Go to Heaven. And she told her kid that the devil wasn't real, you know. And I think that really kind of fucks with you as a kid, too, like, on this level, because you see meanness in the world as a kid. You even see your parents scream at you, yell at you, and you're thinking, why are they so mean? You know, and usually, like, you can kind of reason if you've done something bad, but when you haven't done something that bad and their reaction has changed, you know, say there's no stability in the reaction. So you can't ever find a way to base things, and so that kind of messes with your foundation as an adult, I believe. And that's where some anxiety comes from, I believe. And I'm not saying that just because Jennifer suffers from anxiety, but I think it kind of stems, and you want to talk logical and sense and all that and everything and scientific or whatever. But it's like, so say you're sweeping and you drop the broom, and your parents like, really? And they're like, don't do that again. And so you do it again because you're a little kid, or whatever, and you accidentally drop the broom again, and they're like, really? And then they go to drop the broom some other time, and you don't even say anything. You just let it go. And then you let it go like 3 and 4 times, because say it's their job to sweep every day, let's say. And then one day, they've noticed, okay, they got on to me the first 2 times I dropped it, and now I keep dropping it, and thank God they're not getting on to me. So the kid gets relaxed in this state of, well, if it's an accident, they know it's an accident, they love me, they care about me, that's the reason that they're letting it slide. Like, you have this reasoning in your mind, this internal reasoning that just happens, and then all of a sudden you drop it one day, and they just go ballistic on you, and they're like, okay, damn it, I've had enough of this shit, and they yank the broom from you, and they swat you across the bottom with the fucking handle of it, and they tell you to get your ass in your fucking room, and you're just like in this state of, oh shit, what the fuck just happened? What the fuck did I just do? And so that creates a sense of anxiety inside you that internalizes and bubbles, and you sit there and you start hating yourself, and you start hating everything about yourself. And then if you don't believe in God and you have no foundation of God, and you firmly believe that everything is your fault, then you're sitting there and you're like, what did I do wrong? And then you're like, I did the same thing that I've been doing. I accidentally dropped the broom, and holy shit, all these different reactions can come from it, so it doesn't matter, because you have the reaction at first, which is a scold, and then no reaction for a long ass time, and then all of a sudden just a insane reaction. And so then you rationalize that in your mind, and you're like, that's life. Holy shit. That's life. That's how life's going to be. And then that creates anxiety for you, because that's like, you go into a job and you get scolded at your job for doing something wrong. And then you go into your job and say you're working with a different manager. The different manager doesn't care about you doing that way. That's the way that they do it too, because they're the ones that trained you originally. And you're even like, yeah, so-and-so got on to me for it and told me it wasn't the right way. And they're like, oh, so-and-so don't know what they're talking about. So then you're doing fine. And then you're even with that same manager that's like, oh, it's fine, that's the way we do it. And one night you go to do it, and because they've had a rude customer stating that they don't like the way that you're doing it, because they're watching you, and your every move, and they're like, say it's something as simple as salt and fries, and they're like, I don't think they salted the fries enough. Then the manager, because they want to deflect that shit onto you, they'll come over and kind of, grab the salt and be like, that's not enough salt. I told you, and put the salt on, and you're like looking at them like, you're so full of shit, like, you're the one that told me that we was only supposed to salt it once or whatever. Why are we salting it twice, or some shit like that. This is all just an example. And then that manager goes to the other manager, and then they fire you. And then you're just like, holy fucking shitballs, what the hell just happened here? And so that's literally what is going on with a kid when they have no foundation of God, and all that and everything. I firmly believe in God. I firmly believe everybody should believe in some type of higher source and everything, because I believe you're going to be worse off if you don't. That's just my opinion. I'm entitled to it. You can think I'm an idiot and a moron for believing in God. You can think I'm an idiot and a moron for believing in reincarnation and believing past lives. I haven't even talked about that in my videos, but, yeah. But, because I don't want to sound like a fucking lunatic, in all honesty, because I want my kid back. So I'm not going to jeopardize that. But then again, at the same time, I just want to be me, damn it. And if it's a belief, And if people can, this is what I believe in, and we live in the U.S., and this is what I believe in, and my beliefs are not supposed to be questioned because they're mine and I have the right to have them, then what would that even jeopardize me having my kid back? And then that's another thing too, is I have raised my kid. And my kid herself has even had some supernatural, if you will, experiences in her life. One involving a guy that died, and she was asleep, and he latched himself to her because he didn't know what the fuck had happened, And she described him, like, and I was like, holy shit. And she seen the picture of him whenever it was on the news the next day, because we was like looking or whatever, and she recognized him. She's like, Mommy, that's the man that was in my dreams. So anyways, that's the reason I don't mess with stuff like that, is because I don't want to be no sixth sense person over here. I see dead people. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't do that. I don't step into that. There's a line drawn there, and people make fun of it, and I feel like even Jen, because she's like, oh, I'm going to get a Ouija board to me one night, and she's like, will you do it with me? And she's like, I need somebody that believes in it. That way, it'll actually work. And the thing is things possibly don't work if you don't believe in them. So even if she had a whole room of people that believed in anything supernatural or dealing with any type of thing like that, if she herself doesn't believe, then it's not going to work. You have to be open-minded. You can't be firmly, I don't believe in this and it's bullshit, and it happened. And then that's even like good positive energy and all that and everything, but I literally think the world is kind of sucked into like this negative whirlpool or whatever, of just like, it's like it's the melting pot of shit, and it's just, and life's just insane. Life is just insane. I don't know what the hell's going to happen here in the next month or two with me. I'll be honest. I have no idea. I hope it's positive. I hope and I pray that it's positive, and I would really appreciate it if somebody else actually hoped and prayed that it was positive too, because if it's not and it's bad, then it's probably going to be really bad. So, yeah, I need some prayers sent my way, I guess you could say. But I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and end this because it's almost at an hour, and I actually ended it before the hour. Yay me! Sorry. A little bit of smart ass there. Just a little bit. But, hopefully I'll keep, doing what I'm doing, keep trucking, keep pushing forward, putting my best foot forward, even though it don't seem like it because I'm hauling my comfy clothes as of right now. And I wish everybody the best, and if you need somebody to talk to, you can hit me up on my Facebook Messenger, and you can even look me up on Amino, and talk to me through one of those. I'm on several of them. One of them that I'm on that I'd recommend probably kind of writing me on is Poetry Amino, because I do like poetry a lot. Even though I never have time to even read other people's poetry. But then again, I kind of need to be selfish a little bit because I've been so unselfish in certain ways and aspects of my life. But then again, I don't know. But it's like every time I try to get on Amino and just look around and browse, it's like ping, 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 ping. This is going off. That's going off. You got an alert over here, a notification there. And even though I cut them off for as far as like noise and stuff, they still show the little numbers, and it's like 3, 9, 9 plus, 3, 4, 9 plus, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, people, and I'm just like, calm down. And even though a lot of them, to a degree, like half of them are just people following me, and stuff. It's like I really do like to get along with people and have connections with people, like intimate connections, and I don't mean sexual, just like, I do like friendships. I just don't think that they fucking exist anymore, though. Because I feel like everybody's a traitor and shit. And I need somebody to prove me wrong. And so far, nobody has, So, anyways, I'm going to end it here because now I'm at an hour. But I will catch you later. Keep putting your best foot forward. Need to talk to me, hit me up on Facebook Messenger. And other than that, you got any comments or anything about my video, or talk to me about stuff encouraging or negative, I don't even care. Put it down in the comments below. Hit the like button if you want, and all that. And I'll catch you later.